This is music, and this is part 2 of my mad haul from iMusic. The second part of my mad Frankenhaul from iMusic landed yesterday, and it's a Frankenhaul. It's stitched together from 4 separate orders, and most of these items were on some kind of discount. They had a massive campaign going on with reduced prices on CDs, and concurrently they had a campaign with reduced prices on music on vinyl releases. So in part 1, I showed you a stack of CDs and a couple of vinyl. Today I'm going to show you a couple of CDs and a stack of vinyl. So let's start with the CDs. Up first, Consortium Project, Children of Tomorrow. This is the 4th release by Consortium Project. It's a project progressive metal, and the man behind it is Ian Parry. So it's in the vein of Arion. It's pretty good as far as I remember. It's been a couple of years since I listened to this album. But yeah, the next one I would never have picked up had it not been on sale. Last Look at Eden by Europe. Not that I have a problem with this album or anything like that. I'm just more interested in their old stuff. But hey, it was on sale, so grabby. And the last CD is straight up heavy metal speed, and it's called Powertrip Pigs. So there you go. So let us turn to the vinyl. So up first, Accept, Objection, Overruled. Legends of straight up traditional heavy metal. This guy looks a bit weird, but I kind of like that. All the others look serious and he looks comedic. Okay, the next one is not part of the music on vinyl sale. The Crestfallen by Anathema. Death Doom, and back in the day, in the heyday of death metal and death doom and all that stuff, I actually didn't like Anathema because I didn't like death metal back in the heyday because I just couldn't stomach the vocals. A couple of years later, they started clicking with me and I got into all that stuff too. So I decided to also pick up Serenades, also by Anathema. This is a death doom classic. I think that's fair to say. And then I picked up 2 copies of Danger. I'm not going to sit on 2 copies, obviously. I'm going to give one of them away. More glam metal, hard rock, or pretty boy metal, I've heard people call it. So there you go. Up next, a thrash metal classic, Death Angel Part III. Very melodic thrash metal, and a very divisive album too, because it seems that a lot of people like it and a lot of people hate it because it's melodic. But I like it, obviously, otherwise I wouldn't have bought it. Some more thrash metal here. Defiance, Void, Terra Firma. Love the cover artwork on this one. So there you go. Nice to have this one on vinyl as well. Okay, the next 2 ones were not vinyl that I necessarily wanted to pick up, but I did because they were on a discount, and that's James Labrie, Static Impulse. I have this one on CD already, and I like it. It's a mix of progressive metal and melodic death metal, and I think a lot of people have a hard time with it because of the extreme metal elements, but because I grew to appreciate death metal, I actually like that album. So there you go, everything is tied together. And this one here, Impermanent Resonance, also by James Labrie. I don't even think I've heard this one, but it was also on sale, so grabbe. Up next, this one was at a discount, but it wasn't part of any of those massive campaigns. And that's Saga's Trust. This is one of their more recent albums, so they have a heavier sound on here. I classify recent, like post 2000s saga. I classify it as progressive metal. A lot of people will probably disagree, but that's how I view it. The best saga album, in my opinion, from that era is The Human Condition. It's also the heaviest one. A lot of people hate that one because they have a different singer, but you know, whatever. This one is great, so I grabbed it. Up next, two albums that are not part of the Music on Vinyl campaign either. Morbid Angel, Covenant. And originally I wanted, so this is death metal, I wanted to stop buying Morbid Angel on vinyl after Covenant because I'm not really interested, to be honest, in what they released after that one. I haven't heard any of it apart from the weird Rob Zombie kind of album they did on Season of Mist, which a lot of people hate. I don't hate it, but I mean, I don't like it enough to want to pick it up in any format. But Mr. Boulder has said a lot of good things about Domination, so I decided to grab it while I was at it as well. So I actually have never heard this one, but I trust the word of Mr. Boulder, so I picked it up. The cover art looks terrible on in the CD format, but it actually looks pretty cool when it's blown up like this in vinyl format, strangely enough. Okay, up next, still not part of the Music on Vinyl sale, but I decided to pick this one up on vinyl. How will I laugh tomorrow when I can't even smile today? I have it on CD. This one was obscenely expensive, and I have decided I'm not gonna pick up more albums that are, on vinyl or new pressings that are so expensive that I feel I pay more than they're worth. I know it says it's a limited edition and all that stuff, but this one was just obscenely expensive, and it's a symptom of the vinyl prices going up, inflating, and at some point I think the bubble will burst. So, there will be some exceptions. I'm probably going to buy, the next Iron Maiden album on vinyl, even if it's expensive. But on principle, nope, this is the last one. So, there you go. And the last record in this haul, back to the world of Music on Vinyl. Yes, Time and a Word. This is one I wouldn't have picked up had it not been on sale. I have it on CD already, and it's an album that, it doesn't capture the typical Yes style. They had to kind of find their style, and they found it after this one. So this is more almost like symphonic hippie rock or something like that. It's not bad. Obviously, I wouldn't have picked it up on vinyl. So there you go, a good stack of vinyl and a couple of CDs. So that's the end of the Mad Hall saga. There was one CD they couldn't get for me because the distributor failed them, and that was, I think it was The Other World by Aldius. So I'm going to have to pick that one up from somewhere else. Maybe I'll have to pick it up in Japan or buy it from a Japanese vendor. But in any case, a Mad Hall. Finally, everything is here, and we can all rest and have peace. Thanks for watching.